Ghosts have always been part of folklore and human intrigue, inviting both curiosity and skepticism among audiences. In a world filled with rational explanations, tales of supernatural encounters still inspire both fear and wonder. Tonight, we delve into a narrative that bridges the unseen gap between the living and the spectral realm. The purpose of this narrative is to set the stage for an unforgettable encounter, where a lonely ghost attempts to convince a skeptical living human of its existence. This script unfolds in a series of thoughtful events, blending historical mystery with everyday experiences, ensuring that viewers feel connected to both the eerie and the familiar. At the core of this narrative is a gentle invitation to explore the balance between reason and belief. The ghost, often remembered only as a distant figment of imagination, now takes center stage, presenting its own version of truth. Its journey is not one of terror, but of introspection and earnest desire for acknowledgement. The setting is carefully chosen, a quiet, timeless place where the echoes of past laughter and sorrow intertwine, creating an atmosphere ripe for revelation. With each step, the living human is drawn deeper into an experience that transcends ordinary explanation. The story is articulated with simplicity and friendly clarity, ensuring that even the most skeptical audience member can see a reflection of their own quest for understanding. As the narrative develops, viewers will be invited to question where the boundaries of reality truly lie, and whether the world of the ghost might be just as real as the one they know. This introduction establishes the tone and promises an exploration that is heartfelt, immersive, and ever so slightly otherworldly. Prepare to embark on a journey where mystery meets truth, and reality intertwines with the unexplained. Stay tuned for surprises. Absolutely. In this haunted environment, history whispers from every shadowed corner. The location is a centuries-old manor nestled on the outskirts of a sleepy town, its walls steeped in legends and forgotten memories. Generations have passed through these halls, leaving traces of their lives in faded photographs, cracked portraits, and written letters tucked away in dusty drawers. The aura of the place is suffused with an echo of distant celebrations and somber farewells, making it a living repository of sentiment and mystery. The architecture of the building tells its own story. Intricate carvings and time-worn designs reflect a craftsmanship that has both withstood time and succumbed to its ravages. Each room hints at secrets locked away, and every creaking floorboard seems to speak of footsteps taken long ago. As night falls, a surreal blend of moonlight and shadow breathes life into abandoned corridors, evoking emotions that are at once nostalgic and eerie. Visitors often remark upon the peculiar blend of beauty and decay that defines this forgotten house. The manor's history is interwoven with tales of love, loss, and inexplicable events. Rumors persist that certain rooms are haunted by souls who continue to linger, bound by unfinished business or unresolved heartache. The grounds are dotted with overgrown gardens and statues weathered by the relentless passage of time, each bearing silent witness to numerous chapters of unfolding drama. Local lore recounts that an ancient curse was cast, ensuring that the spirits of those wronged never fully departed. Every element of this setting, be it the rusting gate, the echoing hallways, or the mysterious attic, works in tandem to forge an environment where the supernatural feels almost tangible. Observers may seem to catch fleeting glimpses of figures in mirrors or catch whispers in the wind. History contorts with myth here, inviting any visitor to question the boundaries of the natural and the paranormal. The backdrop is thus perfectly primed for an encounter that spans the realms of time and belief. Ancient tales and whispered secrets saturate every brick and beam, reminding onlookers that history is never truly forgotten. Each crevice of this storied manor vibrates with memories, inviting the curious and the brave to experience a connection with the past. In this environment, the line between myth and reality blurs, setting the perfect stage for encounters that defy ordinary logic. These words evoke a timeless essence, compelling hearts to embrace both wonder and reflection. Meet Alex, a pragmatic individual whose days blend the routine with a spark of adventure. Alex is an ordinary person with an extraordinary curiosity, a trait that sets them apart even amid a world dominated by busy schedules and fleeting moments of wonder. Often entrenched in the practicalities of modern life, Alex's encounters with the inexplicable have usually been limited to news stories or urban legends, leaving a sense of mild intrigue but never a genuine belief in the supernatural. Raised in a conventional household that prized logic above lore, Alex learned to question every unusual occurrence with a methodical mind. Even the simplest glimpse of something out of the ordinary would prompt a rational investigation, not a leap to mystical conclusions. Though cautious by nature, there exists within Alex a quiet longing for something beyond the mundane, a secret hope that life holds more than meets the eye, a desire to experience the unexplainable firsthand. Throughout the day, Alex navigates through familiar streets, routine conversations, and the pulse of city life, ever skeptical yet quietly open to surprises. Whether stopping for a morning coffee or commuting amid urban hustle, the thoughts of hidden meanings occasionally flutter across Alex's mind like whispers in a busy marketplace. Each moment is a reminder of a life firmly grounded in reality, yet tinged with the possibility of a transformative encounter. Alex's daily narrative is a balance of responsibilities and subdued dreams. This practical yet imaginative spirit is unknowingly preparing for an encounter that could bridge the realms of skepticism and belief. In the quiet intervals between ordinary tasks, there remains a persistent curiosity, an inner dialogue that entertains the idea: could there be more to existence than what is readily visible? In this juxtaposition of routine and mystery, Alex's story is poised to change dramatically. On a quiet, misty evening, the ghost made its presence known in subtle yet unmistakable ways. An unusual chill swept through the corridors, and a faint whisper echoed in the dark, as if the past were trying to speak. The atmosphere shifted suddenly, and a sense of anticipation grew among those who sensed something inexplicable in the air. This was the ghost's first overt contact, a gentle nudge of the supernatural aimed at breaching the barrier between myth and reality. In the dim light, objects that had long stopped moving found themselves subtly rearranged. A book fell from a high shelf without reason, its pages fluttering softly as if blown by an unseen breeze. The temperature in specific corners of the room dropped noticeably, sending shivers down the spine of anyone nearby. For a moment, the mundane world overlapped with the spectral, creating a space where uncertainty reigned and natural laws seemed to waver. There were no dramatic apparitions or ghastly figures. Instead, the ghost communicated through small, deliberate gestures. A familiar scent of old perfume appeared, evoking memories of lost times. Faint, echoing footsteps resonated in empty hallways, and a mirror, reflecting more than just the image of those who stared into it, hinted at another presence. Every sign was an invitation to pay heed, as if the unseen visitor wished for acknowledgement without imposing fear. Curiosity grew as the first contact unfolded. Alex, who had grown increasingly sensitive to unusual occurrences, noticed these subtle disturbances immediately. A brief, almost imperceptible movement in the periphery of vision, an inexplicable sound behind a closed door, and a shimmering light that danced near the edge of perception collectively signaled that something otherworldly was present. Though still skeptical, Alex felt an undeniable pull, a mix of caution and fascination, that urged further exploration into these occurrences. In the quiet moments following the initial contact, the ghost's presence seemed to fill the space with a calm insistence. It was not a force of anger or grievance, but rather one of longing, yearning to be seen and to share its hidden truths. The early signs laid a foundation of mystery that would compel both Alex and any onlookers to reconsider the limits of their understanding, gradually blurring the boundary between the natural and the supernatural. Following these initial events, the encounter deepened with subtle shifts and quiet confirmations. A gentle breeze carried murmurs of forgotten lore, while delicate patterns of light traced paths along the walls. Each new detail served as a significant clue that the ghost was not merely a relic of myth, but an active storyteller. This careful unfolding left a lasting impact, inviting further curiosity. Mystery beckoned with truly irresistible, magnetic allure. Over time, the strange occurrences intensified, weaving together personal stories and historical echoes that defied conventional explanation. As more evidence surfaced, layers of mystery began to unfold like pages in an old diary, each detail contributing to the growing enigma. The community started to share their own encounters, recounting instances when the ordinary morphed into the extraordinary. These personal anecdotes, though varied in nature, consistently pointed toward the same unseen force, leaving behind a trail of questions and unanswered puzzles. Alex delved into local archives and weathered journals, seeking parallels between the current phenomena and events from centuries past. Familiar names and faded photographs emerged from forgotten records, linking the spectral encounters to age-old legends. The evidence was not always overt. Sometimes, it was hidden in cryptic symbols etched into the manor's walls, or in the subtle changes of the surrounding landscape that only an observant eye could notice. This gradual accumulation of historical fragments built an atmosphere thick with suspense, as if every relic held a secret waiting to be discovered. As the narrative advanced, unsettling patterns began to surface. Witnesses described experiences that were both bewildering and strangely familiar, a blend of déjà vu and eerie timing that blurred the line between memory and imagination. Stories recounted footsteps in deserted corridors, murmurs in dim hallways, and fleeting shadows that danced on the periphery of vision. With each retelling, the evidence grew, compelling even the most hardened skeptics to question their understanding of reality. The past seemed to reach out and echo into the present, challenging established truths with its silent, persuasive voice. The increase in occurrences ignited a fervor of debate among both locals and experts. Some attributed the experiences to psychological phenomena, while others argued that the manner itself was a nexus of energies from bygone eras. In heated discussions, theory clashed with empirical observation, and the line between legend and verifiable fact blurred further. Every new piece of evidence, whether a mysterious footprint, an unexplainable sound, or an enigmatic inscription, served as a building block in the edifice of suspense that now enveloped the community. Throughout this unfolding drama, Alex found themselves at the center of a narrative far larger than personal experience. With every discovery, the tapestry of interconnected events grew richer and more compelling. The ghost's story merged with historical records, personal memories, and the subconscious fears of those witnessing the events. This fusion of evidence and emotion transformed simple sightings into a profound mystery, inviting all to partake in the search for truth, as the whispers of the past grew louder with every passing day. Gradually, the evidence gathered in both personal recollections and historical analyses converged to form a compelling argument for the ghost's undeniable presence. Subtle clues, once dismissed as coincidences, began aligning into a coherent pattern that even the most skeptical minds could not ignore. Each fragment of the mystery reinforced the notion that the past and present were mysteriously intertwined, demanding attention and deeper inquiry. Truly resonated deeply. With mounting evidence and intensifying encounters, the moment of emotional confrontation arrived. In a quiet room lit only by the soft glow of twilight, the ghost revealed its heartfelt longing to be recognized. Its voice, though silent to most, resonated in Alex's mind with clarity and emotion. The confrontation was not bitter or fearful, instead, it was imbued with a gentle sorrow and an earnest plea for understanding. The ghost's struggle to persuade was evident in every subtle gesture, a lingering touch on a forgotten piece of furniture, a soft murmur echoing in the quiet, and a glowing presence that seemed to radiate compassion. Alex, confronted with undeniable proof of the spectral visitor, experienced an inner conflict that shook the foundations of their rational beliefs. The certainty built up over years of skepticism was now challenged by emotions that were raw and transformative. Memories of childhood wonder mingled with the cold logic of adulthood, creating a tumultuous mix of fear, empathy, and curiosity. This internal battle was portrayed through hesitant expressions and a wary openness, illustrating the deep-rooted conflict between well-established convictions and the inexplicable nature of the encounter. In that pivotal moment, perspectives shifted. Alex began to see the ghost not as a harbinger of terror, but as a complex being burdened by its own history and regrets. The confrontation carried the potential to transform pain into a mutual understanding, where both the living and the spectral could reconcile their pasts. With each heartbeat, the room filled with a shared vulnerability, bridging the vast divide between two very different worlds. The emotional revelations were profound, marking a transition from fear and disbelief to acceptance and empathetic curiosity. This intense exchange of unspoken words and feelings ultimately paved the way for a newfound respect for the unknown. The ghost, once perceived solely as a remnant of sorrow, gradually emerged as a poignant symbol of love lost in time, helping Alex to redefine the boundaries between the tangible and the transcendent. Every sigh and admission in that space resonated with the realization that transformation is born from openness to mysteries of life. In the aftermath of these profound encounters, both Alex and the ghost emerged changed in spirit and understanding. The experiences had dissolved the rigid barriers between skepticism and belief, inviting a harmonious coexistence of logic and mystery. What began as an eerie confrontation had evolved into a mutual exchange of truths, where both parties learned to see the world through a lens enriched by the presence of the supernatural. Alex embraced the unexpected lessons of the encounter, finding that accepting the ghost's reality did not diminish the value of reason, but rather enhanced a deeper, more empathetic understanding of existence. The ghost, once burdened by an enduring sorrow, was given a chance to convey its story, one of lost love, unfulfilled dreams, and timeless memories. In sharing this narrative, it offered not only evidence of its own existence, but also a bridge connecting the seen with the unseen. Together, they forged a new perspective that celebrated the convergence of the tangible and the transcendent. The transformative nature of their meeting suggested that every unexplained phenomenon holds the potential to expand our horizons, enriching our experience of life. In accepting that the supernatural can coexist with the rational, both Alex and the ghost discovered a profound truth: that sometimes, understanding comes from the courage to embrace the unknown. This realization marks not an ending but the beginning of a journey, a quest for knowledge, empathy, and the acknowledgement that the mysteries of the past have much to teach us about the